Surah Al-Kawthar is the shortest surah in the Quran, consisting of just 3 ayat. It's remarkable that despite its brevity, its message carries immense weight, especially when revealed during one of the most challenging and trying times in the life of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Amongst the 3 surahs in the Quran with only 3 ayat, Surah Al-Asr, Surah Al-Nasr and Surah Al-Kawthar, this is the shortest surah, consisting just 10 words. But oh, how powerful these words are. Imagine this. Our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a man of unparalleled character and grace, faced relentless opposition and cruelty from his own people, the Quraysh. They didn't just reject his message, they mocked him, slandered him, and called him names like Sahir, Kazzab, and Majnoon, the magician, the liar, and the madman. Imagine being in his position, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, trying to bring a message of peace and truth, only to be met with hatred. And it wasn't just verbal attacks. He and his companions were tortured, persecuted, and made to go through extreme hardship. But in the hardest of moments, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never left his beloved Prophet alone. He sent down words of comfort, words that would bring peace to his heart. Just like in Surah Al-Duha, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَلْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى, and the future will be better for you than the past. وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى, and surely your Lord will give you so much that you will be pleased. And Allah also mentioned in Surah Alam Nashrah, وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ, and we have raised your name high. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا, so surely with hardship comes ease. Inna ma'al usri yusra, surely with that hardship comes more ease. These were not just words, they were lifelines from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to his Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the believers, reminding them that the hardship they were enduring was temporary, that relief and victory were near. Ala inna nasrallahi qareeb, undoubtedly Allah's help is always near. And then came Surah Al-Kawthar. Anas bin Malik radiallahu anh narrated that one day Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sitting amongst the Sahaba, and he dozed off for a brief moment. When he woke up, a beautiful smile lit up his blessed face. Sahaba asked, "What made you smile, Ya Rasulullah?" Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam responded, "A surah has just been revealed to me." And with that, he recited, Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar, fasalli li rabbika wanhar, inna shani'aka huwal abtar. Imagine the joy that filled their hearts upon hearing these words. Allah had granted his beloved Prophet a river in paradise, Al-Kawthar, a gift beyond measure. But the surah carried even more meaning. It wasn't just about a river, it was a direct response to the taunts and mockery that the Quraysh were throwing at the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Take the cruel chief of Makkah, As bin Wa'il. This man would often say, "Let Muhammad be, for he is abtar, cut off without a son to carry his name. When he dies, his legacy will die with him." His words were filled with arrogance, believing that the absence of a son somehow diminished the Prophet. Little did he know that the name of Muhammad would echo across the world for centuries to come, while his own name would fade into obscurity. Similarly, the Jewish leader of Medina, Ka'b bin Ashraf, once came to visit the leaders of the Quraysh in Makkah, and they mentioned about our Prophet to him, saying, "This is a man cut off from his people, weak and alone." They thought they could diminish the Prophet with their cruel words, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already written his name in the hearts of millions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with 6 children, 2 sons and 4 daughters. His first son was Qasim, and that's why Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was also known by the name Abul Qasim, the father of Qasim. But when young Qasim passed away, the cruel taunts of Quraysh began to wag. As bin Wa'il said, "Now Muhammad's line has come to an end. He is truly abtar, completely cut off." How those words must have stung. And when his second son Abdullah passed away, the mocking continued. Abu Jahl, Uqba bin Mu'ayt, and even Prophet's own uncle Abu Lahab shouted in glee, Batira Muhammadun al-Layl, Muhammad has become childless tonight. These men, filled with hate, believed that the Prophet ﷺ would fade into obscurity without a son to carry his name. How those words must have stung. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had other plans. He sent down Surah Al-Kawthar, a divine response to the cruelty of the Quraysh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, No, Muhammad is not the one cut off. It is his enemies who will be forgotten. Today, the name of Abu Jahl, As bin Wa'il, and the others are only remembered as a footnotes of history, while the name of Muhammad is cherished by billions every single day. This surah is not just a historical account. It is a message to all of us. It reminds us that in times of hardship, when the world seems against us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always with us, sending comfort and hope. Just as He lifted the heart of His beloved Prophet, He will lift our hearts if we remain steadfast and patient. When life feels overwhelming, remember this beautiful surah. It is a promise from Allah that no matter how dark the path may seem, His blessings are always greater. The Prophet ﷺ endured so much, yet he was given Al-Kawthar, a river of unimaginable beauty and resources in paradise. And for us, His example is our light, and Allah's mercy is always near.